Hey, Elevation Station, welcome back. As you can see, I got a special guest in the building.
Yes, sir.
This is episode 7, I believe. This is episode 7. So I
Seven.
got the homie Woodson.
It's Wood.
Wood,
Yeah.
correction. And y'all can follow him. I got his link, his Instagram right below, so y'all can check that out.
Like,
But this
comment,
is episode.
subscribe.
Look at him. I told him he can host this if he wants to. You can host this,
You know
bro.
it. I'm telling you.
He's gifted. But no, for real, on a serious note, episode 7, welcome back. Make sure if you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, make sure you do 5 stars for me, please, a 5-star rating. And also make sure you write a review because we love to hear some feedback and some positivity and some negativity if you got that. But we'll take it all. So yeah, make sure y'all do all of that. We appreciate you tuning in. Let's go ahead and get started, man. Wood, bro, we live in a crazy world nowadays.
Always.
Would you agree with that? Like
COVID-19 out right now.
COVID-19, and it's just like it's so much stuff going on. You got, and some of this stuff has always been going on. You feel me? Like police brutality,
Sure.
mass shootings that we got going on.
Definitely.
This year has been crazy. You got the loss of Kobe Bryant. You got what happened in Australia? It was
the wildfires,
the bushfire or wildfire that happened out there. So a lot of animals dying, and
they say this probably gonna be a terrible hurricane season.
For real?
Yeah.
I didn't even hear that yet. And for the people that listen out of town, we are in Tampa, Florida. He's actually down in Miami, in Broward County area. Miami's hit. I mean, the hurricanes hit different in that area, so we'll be praying for you, bro. If what you're saying is true, I hope it's not.
I'm telling you.
But yeah, man. So it's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and I've been getting a lot of wake up calls as well. Rest in peace to a couple close people that me and some mutual friends lost. And I won't go down the list, but because everybody's lost some loved ones and friends and things like that.
Yeah.
Kobe hit me hard too, just from coming from a celebrity standpoint. We all looked up to him, so it's just a lot of stuff going on. And like I said, we all face these kind of things, but I'm gonna ask you because y'all don't know. A lot of y'all know Wilson, but some of y'all don't. Shout out to his girlfriend. We got her in the building. He didn't know I was going to shout her out, and she didn't either. But shout out to her. We got her in the building too. And I'm sure she could say this too because Woodson's a guy, and I won't, pat your back too long.
Don't do that.
But he
don't do that.
But he's a positive guy. I like to keep positive people around me. I could call him a brother. He always checks up on me and things like that. But how do you remain positive in a world that could be so negative at times? How do you do it?
I mean, really, it's hard sometimes because there's so much negativity in the world and just the people around you.
Facts.
But I feel like for me personally, it's like what you put your energy in. If you put your energy in the negativity, that's what you're going to get back. And if you put your energy in the positivity, that's what you want to get back. It's like how you look at a situation. Because somebody could look at the same, like when people say the glass is half empty or half full,
right?
You could be looking at the same thing and you take it negative, but somebody else might take it as a positive and look at the bright side of the situation. So I just think it's the outlook, your perspective, and how you look at certain things. That's how you know. If you look at it bad, it's going to be negative. But if you look at it in the good light and, take the good out of every situation, then you get the positive out of every situation.
So you say there's always at least some good out of
every situation
or every
even
bad
if
situation.
it's a learning experience.
Right.
You learned your lesson. All right,
It's not a loss, it's a learning experience.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel that.
And that's how you got to look at losses, like learning experiences.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's what I try to do because I took a lot of learning experiences.
Oh, for sure.
You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, hold on, sorry about that. That's my phone.
Going off. Executive talk, huh?
I think that was your phone, actually. You got a whole bunch of, people hitting you up.
D&D.
Wilson's famous. Y'all make sure y'all follow him, by the way. He's almost at 1 million followers. But, so we're talking about, the negativity in life. And like Wilson said, it's all about how you look at certain things, right? Perspective. If I see something that happened on the media or something, how can I reflect on that in a positive way, or what can I get from that, or the learning experience, like you said. Also, though, when we talk about the negative stuff that's happening in the world, this episode I don't really want to talk too much about that, right?
Sure.
I want to talk more about negative influences, which is same thing when you have, obviously with tragedies,
Definitely.
that influences our attitudes and our disposition and our thoughts, how we think about certain things now, faith-wise and all kinds of stuff, right? So that's an influence within itself. But what about the things that are actually close to us? So I'm talking about relationship-wise, how to learn from, or how to steer away from negative influences. For example, growing up, I'm not old, but I'm still growing up. But like middle school, high school, college, you feel me? It could be like a lot of negative people around you.
Definitely.
Even on your job site, at your workplace, you got those negative people that come in and never want to come to work.
The haters.
And the haters, exactly. They don't like anything, you know what I'm saying? So how do you know when it's time to cut people off, like, or certain things, whether it's being on negative sites or anything like that? Like, when is it time? How do you know it's time to go ghost?
I think it's time, or it's not even that you don't always know when to cut something off or someone off, but I look at it like you got to really take what's like important to you and your goals.
Mm-hmm.
And if that, whatever that thing, if it's a thing or if it's a person, if they're constantly getting in the way of that or not supporting that, then it's time to cut them off or cut that thing off, because that's hindering you from getting to the next step and elevating your life. If you keep allowing, like people say, like if it's a person, when you keep negative people around you, negative stuff starts happening to you. Or you get what you put out in the world. So if you put out negative stuff, you're going to get negative stuff back. You put out positive stuff, you're going to get positive stuff back. If you support your friends, you're going to get supportive friends back. If you don't support nobody, nobody's going to support you at the end of the day. So I just think it's like you get what you put out in the world. And if you feel like someone's hindering you, they're not for you, they're not supporting you. And support don't have to go like mean, being your biggest fan. You could support somebody in the slightest way, from the smallest thing, and still be supporting them. So I just feel like I'm at a point where it's like, if you're not for me, if you're not supporting what I'm doing, or at least like on my side, if you're always against me or got something bad to say, or just you're not for me, it's like it's time to go. You gotta get them up out of there, because at that point, like, they're bringing harm as far as like negative energy, making you stress, or that thing is making you stress. Or if it's like, sometimes it's your job that's bringing negative energy, or the people you're dealing with. Sometimes it's your family. You got to cut your family off.
Sad but true.
It's sad but true. Or it could be your day one friends, and they a hater the whole time, and they not really for you. They're not supporting you. They always got something bad to say about what you're doing or something like that. You got to cut them off, bro.
People think because you've been around certain people a long time that they have to stay in your life, or y'all have to have that relationship.
I mean, you would hope that they've been there for that long and they for you, but that's not always the case.
Yeah, I feel that.
Once that's the time and you feel like, yo, you against me more than you for me, like, you gotta get them scissors out and cut them off.
Listen, so I wanted to say this. Everything he just said was true. We got you said COVID-19. We got the coronavirus
going around.
Wilson walked in here with a mask on.
Sure, I can't,
Wilson walked in here with a mask on.
I don't need that negative energy, that negative sickness around me. I'm cut it off.
But listen, like, we're in this this state where we're all practicing social distancing, right? Yeah. This word was this was actually new for me. So it's a new term, 2020, social distancing. And I was thinking about that, and that's how I kind of got into this topic. And with everything you said, now everybody's for you. Right now, we're practicing social distancing. So a lot of y'all might be at the house, working from home, things like that. I think this is a good time to kind of analyze and just think about what's negative in your life, what's positive. Like you said, not everybody's for you, and a lot of people just don't know how to say no. A lot of people just don't know how to
leave certain
be
things,
quiet and leave. People, You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They think if they've been quiet for a certain while, even though they don't want to interact with that person, they'll go out their way because they feel bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of just being like, you know what, but they're really not for me. So in social distancing, I think it's a good time for us to think about what are the negative relationships we have, and just like, it might be a good time to go ghost while you're at the crib, and then when this is bypasses, we'll have new positive relationships or positive things in our life. It's a good time to regroup. Is good, I guess, is what I'm getting at.
Can't be scared.
Can't be scared, and just for, I guess, some what am I trying to say? Some signs of negativity, like Woodson said. People that are always complaining, that's a sign. If you're around people that, every time you bring up something, they complain about it.
Or got something negative to say.
People that put other people down to try to build themselves up.
Definitely. It's a lot of those. Don't mistake negativity with constructive criticism, though, because some people do have your best interest at heart, and they might be telling you that something that you don't want to hear, and you might take it as negative, but it might really be like they got your best interest at mind. But I guess that's just something that you gotta know for yourself.
Right. You could probably relate to this in high school, like and even period in life. You got those certain people that really like confrontation.
Oh, definitely. We knew a couple in high school, and it's just those
you
people
really
that
like
just
confrontation.
They live for that. But I think that's an attention thing.
That's
an
attention
thing. Yeah, I think that was an attention thing. People that just live for confrontation. It's like, bro, you really need some attention.
And some people be trying to bring you in. I remember one time, just a quick story time. It won't take up too much time, but when my parents was out of town, I threw a little kickback or whatever. Had some people over.
I think I remember that.
Okay, so and this one dude was over, and long story short, he was talking crazy about my sister. And so we get back to school, and then this other kid came up to me, and he was like, "Yo, such and such was talking crazy about your sister." I'm like, "I ain't hear none of that." You know what I'm saying? It's whatever.
Yeah.
And then after lunch, he come back up to me like, "Yo, he right over there." You know what I'm saying? Just living for a reaction.
Yeah.
And trying to bring that out of me and just start stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was true or not. So this is family, and I don't take
family,
I don't take all of that lightly. So now I'm getting kind of upset. I'm like, okay, is he really saying this? And he's telling me what he said about my sister around other people.
Because then you're more likely to react.
Exactly. So I'm like, all right, I told everybody, just chill. I'm going to just go talk to him one-on-one.
That ain't happened.
You was there?
Everybody walked over there, man. Everybody, mama walked over there.
I wanted to talk to him one-on-one, and the more I thought about it, and the more the dude behind me talking about, he lying. He said, he lying. He did say it. The dude sitting down, I'm standing up. So this is my one chance to be taller than somebody. So I'm already feeling like, yo, I should really.
He said to be taller than somebody.
You feel me? But funny. It's like, so he's gassing me up. The dude saying no. He's saying yes. People coming over, because now I'm getting my volumes. You know what I'm saying? So those kind of people, just gotta keep them from around you, man. And like I said, social distancing. That's what we're practicing, and let's actually practice it a step further with the negativity that's in our life.
And sometimes not to go back on that. Sometimes it's not even always something negative. But if you say you're in school, right? And you got a friend that knows you're in school, knows you might have class in the morning, or like knows you have work, and they're always trying to get you to go out and do something different, or just do something that's not in the line of your goals. That's when it's time to either cut them off, or maybe not cut them off because they're not against you, but you might just have to like step away from them a little bit,
or just let them know, hey, that's not for me, man.
Yeah, that's not what I'm trying to get to.
I heard somebody say you can tell who's a real friend by how they take no for an answer.
Oh yeah, for sure, because everybody can't take a no.
So
everybody can't
put that into practice when y'all get out of y'all houses too. The other thing I have for you, man, because we're talking about influences, and I feel like a lot of young people are influenced by other people. Of course, everybody is influenced by somebody. But there's this term where everybody's saying, oh, I'm a real one, or look at he's a real one. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And or quote unquote a real nigga, all that kind of stuff. So so they're pointing the finger at who's a real one, who's not. But a lot of the times, what I see is these quote unquote real dudes are associated with negative vibes, like, or negativity.
Definitely. I think the word real one or real nigga is like the definition of it is mistaken. And you know how you play the game where you tell somebody something and they got to go around the room and say it to everybody else, and by the time you get to the end, it's a completely different sentence.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened with real one or real nigga, realist.
Wow.
It's the definition is just not the same. Like what I think is a real one or a real nigga or a real man or even a real woman is somebody who like takes care of what they got to take care of their family, do right by everybody, you know, and handle their business. But I think the way society set up, the way people set up, it's like the hardest person, whoever goes out and they do the most dirt, or you know, they won't be tried, and I think sometimes being not tough but fearless is part of being a real one. But I don't think the way the younger kids, or not even, it's our generation too. It's the younger generation, you know, made it even worse. But our generation too, it's just like certain things you do that's just like straight up wrong, or just like that don't make you a real nigga. That don't make you a real nigga.
Right.
It just make you stupid. It make you not care about your life or what you got going on or anybody else. It just make you reckless. Reckless is the word. It's not a real nigga.
It's reckless.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can say that, you know, I didn't just go around calling people real, but I could kind of understand where they were coming from. Because like you said, they were thinking it's the being tough or just looking at people's stories, but not really understanding their character.
Exactly.
And I think a real one is based on, for like you said, woman, male and female, it's based on character. And if you're looking for a real friend, it's not somebody who is fearless to do something that's reckless. You know what I'm saying?
Just fearless, period. Like in life.
Fearless in life.
Yeah.
And also somebody who encourages you or supports you.
Yeah.
Like definitely. You said before.
That's part of being real. Yeah. Solid.
This is another segment that I wanted to pull out. I just pull out random segments out of nowhere. But this segment is more about like, since we're talking about positivity, negativity, and influences and things like that. We might be talking a lot about negativity right now, but there's a lot of positive going on in the world as well.
Definitely.
A lot of peers that we have, young people, that's doing real good things and influencing me as well to do, inspiring me to do more in life. So this is called giving flowers out, or shout out, whatever you want to name it. But I called it giving flowers because a saying that everybody says is give people their flowers while they're here.
Definitely.
And we lose a lot of people, and then we want to, which is not bad, but then we want to celebrate their life and what they did after the fact. Sure. You know what I mean? So we want to celebrate some of y'all while we're here. So I want to ask you, if you had like 3 people or however many people you feel you want to give flowers to or shout out, go ahead and shout them out, man.
I'm a shout out everybody chasing their dreams right now, because
everybody chasing their dreams.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody chasing their dreams, and just doing what they do as far as, you know, what they love. And just a few people that I know is all chasing their dreams. Aisha Bella, Wazi Queso, Gang, and shout out to Cool Guy Nate and All Snap Media, just doing their thing. And I just want to say, you know, keep doing your thing, keep striving for greatness, and I support you.
All right, I'll shout out a couple of people. I got to shout out Fantasia. She was actually on the last episode if y'all didn't watch. But Fantasia's been like just randomly hitting me up and just telling me, you know, how proud she is of me. And she's been doing a lot to encourage other women as well with positivity and just self-love and things like that. And she's just, like I said, she's a big sister to me and a good role model. So I shout her out. I shout out my boy Calvin. He got a brand called By Myself or Nothing. So check them out on Instagram. It's also positivity about, you know, depending on yourself and being okay with being by yourself. So he got a brand built on that. And he's got some clothing, apparel, and merch that y'all can get. So shout out to him. Shout out to my boy Royalty Kicks, Mario.
Royalty Kicks.
We both gonna shout you out, man. You're doing big things.
Can't
and
forget
I know
about you.
Your history's in the making, so
Definitely.
Shout out to you too, man.
I need them Yeezys that just dropped too.
Need them Yeezys.
Need that.
He can afford the Yeezys. I'm cool on that.
You got layaway plan, don't you?
If you got some Converse, hit me up.
You take food stamps. Take food stamps.
But so that was our little segment about shouting out people and giving people our flowers. We encourage y'all to text somebody. If everybody got a platform, so you can just text somebody and tell them how much you appreciate them. That's always good.
Definitely.
Here's the other thing. So we were talking about negative and positive influences. Speaking on our culture specifically. No, actually, let me go back. Does the entertainment world and media play a negative role, do you think, in society, in today's culture?
I think it's a lot of negative, definitely. But I think it's a lot of positive too. Mm-hmm. The negative, as far as like people they need validation from the internet, just artists talking about like, being street and they ain't really like that, they ain't living like that, or just doing certain drugs that they're not even doing, but they got all their fans out here going out and doing those drugs and doing, certain type of things, living ways that you really shouldn't be living. And I think that's negative. But I think a lot of artists or entertainers, period, anybody with a platform have been nowadays, like a lot of people are getting woke and they're getting, wise. And they're using their platform for good to spread the light on certain situations that need to be talked about, that don't get talked about, or certain people that don't have a voice. They're giving them a voice. And just positive as far as like, especially in our culture, like black men, black women, that, there's a lot of rich black people now who can open doors for other people that, might not have had a chance to get to something or do something or afford something that,
I'm going to speak on that because that's a good point. How I used to look at it is like, okay, of course, I like rap music, hip hop, all that kind of stuff. And it's a lot of positives. Like you said, it brings the whole world together. Everybody.
Especially hip hop is the most influential music that there is out today. It's the biggest genre out right now. It's
biggest genre. So, and it's got a lot of positives. And like you said, it's got some negatives as far as how it basically shapes our youth. I think especially when you're rapping to minds that are not that mature.
Definitely.
And they're just looking at you like, oh, like a fantasy almost.
Definitely.
So these rappers, this is what I'm saying. These rappers, a lot of them tell their story. That's all they know is the streets and where they come from. And that's all they can do is rap what they know. They don't have all the education and all that extra other stuff to rap about. They don't know much about love. They don't know much about, you know what I'm saying? So all they could do is rap what they come from, what they experience. And the good thing about that, like you said, it's a lot of money to be made. And by sharing their story, they're becoming millionaires by sharing their story. And not only are they advancing and getting out the hood, but like you said, their partners and everybody that's in the hood, that their manager, they're rising.
Everybody in the hood too. It's just people, period.
Or just people, period. Yeah. They're rising with them.
Definitely.
And getting money. So they're putting other people on, like you said. So that's how I see it now. And it's double-sided. You got, like you said, you got the war on drugs. It's a lot of Percocet. Shout out to Future. But
he don't even do Percocets. A lot of them things that they talk about, they don't even do it. They just know it sells. And then it's a lot of them.
And that's the only thing that gets promoted by
the media. They don't never want to promote the good. They only promote the bad because that's what people want to hear. That's what's exciting. That's what's people want to talk about. But also like a lot of them street rappers who did grow up like that and they are telling their story to get out. You don't see their kids doing what they're doing, but you see other people kids trying to imitate what they're talking about, but their kids will be in a private school, going to college, not doing drugs, not in no gangs, and you living by like what this dude is talking about or female is talking about, but they not living like that no more, or they're not raising their kids to be like that no more. And I think that's what like people don't see.
We gotta open our eyes, man. Stay woke. Definitely. It's not all about what they're rapping. It's how they're living. So, and then the other thing, speaking on that. What I was gonna say actually, because you just kind of touched on it. Well, actually, I'll just ask you what you think about the current state of hip hop as a whole. Like,
I think that the current state it could be better, but I think it's a lot of dope new artists that are coming out.
You know, before you even get there, this is what I was gonna say because I was talking about how the media promotes all the negative.
Yeah.
And it's like there's a lot of artists that really, like you said, they're speaking things that need to be talked about. You know what I mean? But the media don't put it on the forefront. I think about artists like Big Crit. I think about
Big Crit. That's one of my top. That's my top
I
five.
think I can go down a list, but it's
So
like even the top artists that are like legendary, like J. Cole, the Kendrick Lamars. Yeah, they're at the top of the list, but it's still almost like they're just honorable mentions.
Yeah, definitely.
You feel what I'm saying? They're respected.
They're respected, yeah, but I see what you're talking about as far as because that's not what people want to hear. Like that's the Jay-Z 444 album, bro. That was gold. That album is like, bro, it's an amazing album. It'll teach you a lot, but people don't. They don't want to hear about that. They want to hear. They don't. Their mind is not there to want to hear.
I can understand that. I was the same way.
Yeah, that's just what comes with being young and growing up. And you know, you start to see stuff differently. But
that's true.
As far as like the African American culture and the positive negatives in the music industry, I think Instagram clout and doing stuff for clout, like Boom King, like he ruined his life trying to clout chase.
Yeah, he turned it around.
He did turn it around, but it's like you
already did a whole bunch of damage.
Like you had to ruin your life. Like clout ruined that man's life. It wasn't like that. He was trying to get more followers and more validation out the world. That's why I kind of like that Instagram hit the likes because you don't even know who. Like validation is likes. People post certain things, everybody like dudes will post certain things that they know get likes, and females post certain things that know they get likes because they need that validation. They want the people to be like, oh, I look good, or I look this way, or I'm this type of person. And I think that ruins a lot of people's head. Like they might not get the likes they want, and they'll delete the post, or they'll like, like I ain't posting this no more like this. I need to post something like this person because they get a lot of likes. Or look at them, they getting all these views and all these comments, but it's like.
That's not what it's
about. It's like if you posting this for you, like you should, as long as you love it, that's all that should matter.
Facts.
It shouldn't. Or clout chasing, just doing extra things that you don't gotta do all that. You wanna get attention. You need attention. You need to be like you need the clout. I want more clout. I'm gonna go embarrass this person or expose this or screenshot this because I want clout. I want people to be like, oh, you're that person. Oh, but it ain't like that. It don't gotta be like that.
I feel that, man. And we're going to wrap up, but we were just talking about music. And for the listeners who also love music, I think everybody does. Who do you think is the hottest artist right now, or just your favorite top 5 artists?
Hottest? I mean, my favorite artist is J. Cole, for sure. My top 3 would probably be...
Or just who's hot right now?
I'll do the hottest. My hottest artist right now, I got to say Lil Baby. Lil Baby, man, that boy spit hottest. Roddy Ricch, I think he gonna be here for a long time, definitely. And Rod Wave out of St. Pete, love that boy Rod Wave. And I like Polo G. Polo G, I mess with him a long way.
I like a lot of them. I like all them artists.
And you could tell who's gonna be here for a long time and who might have 2 or 3 songs and then you don't hear about them ever again. You could tell by like.
What's that dude name?
The originality.
Gold all of my. What's his name? Don't believe me, just watch.
Dang.
Y'all know who we talking about.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
That's what happens.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
That's what happens, man. I remember his name.
That song was sliding though, but it was.
I heard from I went to a white school. That's the only song they could play at a homecoming or something like that. I went to a white high school. I went to HBCU.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Shout out Morgan State.
Yeah. Shout out to all my brothers that went to Morgan State and actually finished. Y'all better than me. In closing, what do you say to the person, let's say it was a young kid that you know, the person who's battling between positive and negative influence, looks like the negative outweighed the positive, and they're also battling with being themselves. What's your message to them?
I think the first step is to love yourself. You gotta you can't really get anywhere in life until you love yourself and accept yourself for who you actually are, not who you're trying to be or impersonate or make it seem like you are. I think that's the first step, is to love yourself. And the second step is sometimes you gotta look for role models, as in like the people you should be looking up to should be the people that are doing what they're where you want to be, but in a way you can't say that because there's so much fake flexing, and it's like some people look up to somebody because they think they're a certain type of person or doing a certain type of thing, but they're not there. That person is blind themselves, and it's like the blind can't lead the blind. So I think it's a give and take. I just say kind of like keep it moving in the right direction and focus your energy. If you feel like everything in your life is negative, then I think you need to take a step back and look at like where you're putting your energy. Because me, I don't feel like I got that much negativity in my life because I don't put my energy into negative stuff. If it's something that's not in line with what I'm trying to get to and what my goals are, I don't put no energy into it. So I don't have that much negativity in my life. Everything is mostly positive. The people around me are positive because the people around me are chasing. It might not be the same goal or it might be the same goal, but they're chasing something in their own way.
Dream chase.
Yeah, and that's the people I keep around me. I don't keep, even though like it's a lot of people that I grew up with, and I don't really, it's not that I don't like talk to them or like mess with them like that no more, but it's like I keep a little distance from them because I know what I'm trying to get at. I know where I'm trying to get at, and I know where I'm trying to be. So it's really just asking yourself what's important to you, and that's what you got to put your energy in. Yeah. Because then it's nothing negative. If you put your energy into your goals, everything should be positive. Even if it's like a journey to get there, it's like you're making progress to get to where you want to be in life.
That's good.
So I think it's just your outlook, what you put your energy into.
Put your energy in the right thing so you can elevate. My last thing is just
elevation station.
Elevation station. My last thing. So we just talked about positive and negative influences and social distancing, using this time to really elevate above the negativity and choose the positive routes in life. I would think my closing statement also, just to piggyback on Woodson, will also be if you stop looking at everybody else or stop looking at everything around you. Don't spend so much time on social media. Don't spend so much time with negative people. Don't spend so much time in those kind of atmospheres. Bring up a leader inside yourself. Like everybody can be their own leader, their own boss. So just ask yourself, how can I be a leader in this situation? I got these negative people around me. They want me to do what they're doing. How could I, not even necessarily just say no, but just lead by example. So everybody's a leader in their own right. Let's practice it, man. Appreciate y'all. That was episode 7. Had my boy Woodson with us. So make sure y'all check us out next week.
Ask me if I felt pain.
Episodes might be slowing down because, like I said, social distancing.
For sure.
Can't have everybody in the crib. But like I said, we appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all check us out on Apple Music.
Comment, and subscribe.
And do what he just said. All right, we out. All right. Oh, I gotta close that.
Yo, that's what happened last time. You over here playing with this. Why you close the laptop? It ended the app. We didn't even get the whole last 10 minutes of the episode. Oh my God. Not again, yo. You're not serious.
Wait, let's see where it was at.
Oh my